Hello members of the 26th District, State Senator Nathan Schlicher here with you again to tell you what's going on in Olympia. By the time you see this, it'll be the day after the end of regular session. We're shooting this though on the Thursday of the last week, so we'll be making some predictions about what's going to happen that'll probably come true, but don't be surprised if a few details are off. So what's been going on this last week? Well, this is where we get down to the nitty-gritty of resolving the differences between the House and the Senate on bills and getting them to the governor if we can. So a lot of great bills are starting to move out. Things that put people back to work, that work on healthcare, education, that make our prisons safer, and do a ton of other things that are great for this district and for the state. A few of them that I've been working on. One, I've been proud to work with a colleague of mine here in the Senate to make sure that products that contain asbestos are not going out into our communities, because we can all agree that's a health problem. And if they do, they're clearly labeled for your safety. Proud to work with my seatmate as well, Larry Sequest, who supported it, and many other members of the House. Also, we saw a bill that worked to make sure that we're doing medication safely and find a funding source for what's called the Prescription Monitoring Program. A bill I sponsored here in the Senate, and the House companion moved through the Senate and off to the governor. And I was proud to work on that bill that makes sure that we're doing the best we can to improve patient safety. Other bills of mine are also moving through the process that will help make detention safer. We'll work to address various fees that are going on in the state and how we make a better, more leaner, efficient government for you. But the big issues that we're going to be working on, and that I have a sense when we're viewing this on Monday, will not have been resolved to the operating budget. As you recall, the operating budget is the one that funds the bulk of our state, and mainly the big three: education, healthcare, public safety. And when we talk about a budget, I want you to think about the budget as a statement of our values, a statement of what do we care about. I look at the budget and I'm reminded that education is the pathway of opportunity. It's the thing that's the great equalizer in our society that says that every child should have the right to succeed and be given an opportunity for success. I look at the budget though, and I also see healthcare, and I see a family, and I see a middle class that's protected and safe and able to hold down a job. And when you're sick and unable to work, that doesn't benefit you, your employer, or anyone else. And choosing between your health and a job is not the right answer. And so as we work on healthcare, I keep that in mind in all those families. And when I think of public safety, I think of protecting each other and remembering that America and this great state is a place of opportunity and support that makes sure that we take care of the least among us. And as we work to recover from a recession that has destroyed millions of jobs and has made people homeless, has taken away their safety nets, that the last bit of help that we have left is not destroyed in that we take care of each other. And you'll see two budgets that do that in different ways. One increases spending on all of these issues to make sure that we fully fund education as required by the Supreme Court. The House budget does other things that may not be ideal that we'll be working on to pull in. The Senate budget, though, does some devastating cuts, decimates the housing and essential needs program, eliminates a support program for the aging, the blind, and the disabled, eliminates significant support for single mothers and those that are on temporary assistance for needy families. It does unconstitutional fund shifts. It takes money out of our capital budget and puts the operating budget on the long-term credit card. You know, that's not a recipe for sustainability, and it's budget gimmicks that we were supposedly getting away from as a state, and why I came down here to stop those types of efforts. Because sustainability doesn't mean limping through the next 2 years. Sustainability means that we have a long-term plan, that we're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. So there's a lot of work to do in both these budgets to find a compromise that works for everyone. And I'm dedicated to work on that with my colleagues here in the Senate from both sides of the aisle and across this building with the members of the House to try to find a solution that works for everyone. And in all these things, I want you to remember one thing. I'm here to represent you. And in doing that, I need to hear from you. So call, write, email, come visit us. Get involved and tell us what we can do to help you. And I look forward to seeing you back in the district real soon. Thanks so much and have a great day.